welcome in to the Lillady Bloom podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the American cities. Make some noise. Yay. All right. Well, let's just not say cities, but let's say states. I don't say American cities and sometimes cities, but basically the American states. We'll start off with city and states. How about that? I just got a little information that I want y'all to know. If you can live anywhere in America, because we know we got a lot of stuff going on. Welcome everybody in. Let me say this again to the Lady Blue Podcast. L's up, one love. To my fans, friends, and family. Shots out to you. And let's get into this American cities. I'm going to say / states. So we're going to start with the states today. And I'm going to do more on the states in America. So if you could live anywhere in America, without where would you live? You know, I made a little song up, but I ain't gonna sing the whole thing. We're gonna start with the A's today. What's up, y'all? You can also get in on the comment. Leave your comment. Watch, like, and subscribe to the channel too. Leave your comment, and I promise you I'll come back and shout you out and give you some love on the comment that you leave. And hopefully you can teach me as I teach you. So let's get into the show. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. We're going to stop right there, y'all. We're going to stop right there because those are the A's. You hear me? So if you can live anywhere in this beautiful, great land of opportunity as of now, where would you want to live? Or why? You see what I'm saying? Why? So let's get into it. Let's talk about one state, and y'all can put it in the comment. I'm gonna be dropping something. Y'all just put it in the comment what you want to say or what you're thinking or whatever. Let's go with the first state of Alabama. Now I want to read you something about Alabama. Then I'll read what I wrote, and y'all tell me. If you don't know about the great state of Alabama, let me tell y'all about Alabama. Well, I'm just gonna read this right here. We know that Alabama. In its riches, it is known for its richness in the civil rights history. These are some of the things that come up with, and these are some facts or whatever, you guys. You can research this stuff for yourself. Don't just take my word. Some of them is my opinions or whatever. But yeah, Alabama was known, it's rich for its civil rights history now. And so when we talk about that, we're talking about it's rich in civil rights history because did y'all know that it played a great role in the history of the civil rights movement, because we had two things that happened. Actually, a lot of this stuff started off in Alabama. So it's rich in that history because of the role it played. So the first two things that kicked off in Alabama that made it rich in civil rights history is that the Montgomery bus boycott. That kicked off in Alabama. If y'all just didn't know, it kicked off in Montgomery, and y'all know what that was about. Sister Rosa Parks, R.I.P. You know, to the late great Rosa Parks, because that's what she was to the world, you guys. Because she made a stand. If y'all didn't know about that, you young folks got to do your history research. She helped kick that thing off because she was sitting on that bus, and that guy wanted her to move, and Sister Parks was like, "Look, I'm tired. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to the back of the bus." You hear me? And that started off right in Montgomery, Alabama. It's right, the Montgomery bus boycott. It kicked that off, y'all. And everybody got aboard, and that fight started right there in Montgomery. So Alabama, once again, is rich in the civil rights history movement. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff kicked off right there. And it is also known as, let me get this right, because I got my stuff wrote down. I want to be right when I say it. It was also known, and not just the bus boycott, but something else happened there, and my memory is getting a little jogged for some of the fog. So I tell you what, if somebody know, y'all put it in the chat right now. Each one teach one. You hear me? Each one teach one. But I know that the bus boycott, kicked off there, and I had another one on here. I know I did, and also the Selma March. That's why I was trying to look at this and read. But the Selma March also went down. That's where they marched across that bridge. That was in Selma, Alabama. But see, y'all put that in the chat because I want y'all to participate now. Watch, like, subscribe, and comment. I want y'all to get in on this and teach your children because each one teach one. You hear me? So a lot of Alabama civil rights, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the civil rights movement kicked off Alabama. So it's known for its rich history in civil rights, y'all. You hear me? All right. Y'all getting it already? Y'all loving this already? Somebody said, L's up, one love. That's what I'm talking about. Listen here. Also, let's keep rolling with this. What y'all Alabama fans out there, make some noise. Yeah, because we know Alabama. What's another reason you might like Alabama, or some of you guys might love Alabama or whatever? Well, Alabama have 2 football teams. Did y'all know that? Alabama they got 2 football teams, and they're pretty popular and good football teams. They're known for the Alabama Crimson Tide. If y'all's a Crimson Tide, y'all put it in the chat right now. Y'all Crimson Tide fans and stuff like that. Y'all love them Alabama Crimson Tides. And Alabama, believe it or not, y'all, they football fans, they support their teams. You know what I'm saying? I got to give them credit for that. Them games, them college games, so they be sold out. You know what I'm saying? You can't see no more that bread or whatever. So the Alabama Crimson Tides fans, that's one of their football teams in Alabama. Yes. Y'all make some noise for them Crimson Tides. Mm-hmm. But they don't have no major teams now, but they have some great college teams, their NCAA Division I college teams. Oh, yeah. And the other team for Alabama is the Alabama Tigers. You know what I'm saying? Them Tigers, y'all make some noise, Alabama. Y'all make some noise down there now. Y'all come on in. It's a great show. I'm teaching you. Each one teach one. You hear me? The Alabama Crimson Tides and also the Alabama Tigers. Both 2 great football teams that their fans in them cities, in that state, they support those teams. And they got some pretty good teams. They got some good records and stuff. That's right. NCAA Division I teams, you guys. So a lot of people say, well, what you like about Alabama? What you love about Alabama? Why would you move to Alabama? What is it about Alabama? You can put that in the chat right now. If you guys see it, so you can comment. This video is also going to be on YouTube, so you can comment. Why would you even want to move to Alabama? What is it about Alabama that you like? Tell somebody else, because they might want to visit, or they might, what is it? Where should I go if I come to Alabama? Why should I like Alabama? What are those some things that you might want to know? We talked about the civil rights history that's in Alabama. They got a lot of museums. I think they got one in Selma. They said it's one of the greatest for civil rights history that you ever want to see. And I got to go visit it myself. And they got a lot of history on just the civil rights, the stuff that was taking place back in those issues, you guys. So I think it's worth visiting. Alabama is just kind of looking okay to me right now. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't always look at things in a negative light. You got to kind of sometimes see it in a positive light, because each one teach one. And so they got a lot of information about civil rights, the bus boycott, a lot of that stuff kicked off. It's rich in civil rights history, as well as the 2 teams that Alabama have. And that's the Crimson Tides and the Auburn Tigers. Did I say Auburn Tigers? Well, yes, the Auburn Tigers. All right, let's keep it rolling. Alabama on the map, y'all. So what else, if I went to Alabama, would I want to, so what else could you tell me about Alabama? Well, I can tell you that Alabama it also has in Huntsville, Alabama. Let's talk about it. Huntsville, Alabama. All y'all Huntsville, Alabamans, make some noise. That's right. Y'all got something to be proud of down there. Alabama also have Huntsville, a space exploration center down there in Huntsville. So if you like that NASA stuff, that space, stuff, get into that. I get into it somewhat, some things I would like to know, like the moon thing, but information on that. But if I really, and I'm going to visit myself, that's another, if you're visiting Alabama, you know what I'm saying, you can hit that up in Huntsville. That's right, the Space Exploration Center. It's in Huntsville, Alabama. And it's actually, let me tell you about it. That center, it has a lot about the space, a lot of space missions that took place in America history, and other missions that they're working on and things that they doing. They got all type of technology about rockets and things like that. When you into the NASA space, you want to know more about the NASA space programs and stuff, you might want to check that out down there at that center down there in Huntsville, the Space Center. You see what I'm saying? Because I learned that they have it says that they had the Apollo. How many of y'all remember the Apollo program? That program is where they landed the people on the moon. Now I'm trying to remember, was that the first person? If y'all know who was the first man landed on the moon, they said was the Armstrong. Could somebody correct me on that? I think it was Armstrong. But if I'm not, then you guys put it in the chat or the comment, and Lillady is gonna shout you out. Because I'm going to come back and read that. You hear me? And give you some love. Each one teach one. Each one teach one. You hear me? So so that Space Center, that is going to be that's going to be something to visit in Alabama. If you're ever in Alabama, you're going to Huntsville, y'all might want to stop and check it out, especially the children. They can learn something about that. They have a lot of history on the missions and stuff that America was doing, or still doing, or currently probably going to do at that space center. And I think that's one. I'm not sure. You can walk in and got the little thing and you can float. The space center thing. I can't describe it, but it's something that someone told me about it. I want to visit it myself. So that's somewhere that you may want to think about if you're ever in Huntsville. It's known for that. So, right, Alabama seems like it got it going on so far, don't we, y'all? Y'all got to be proud of some Alabama, because we know that Alabama is also rich in music. Oh yeah, y'all better make some noise. Alabama is rich and got great music, because they say that muscle shows. How many of y'all muscle shows out there? Can anybody from muscle shows, Alabama? Muscle shows. A lot of great recording studios that produce a lot of hits for various artists and genres, y'all. And muscle shows, Alabama. And there is, according to this information, is rich in music. It's rich in music. You know what I'm saying? Productions and stuff like that in studios. So that's, if you're into that type of field or entertainment or something like that, that's probably a place you want to visit. It must show some studios that you want to visit, because we know that Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just something about that song that made everyone in the world look at Alabama in a different light. Because the world started really loving Alabama. Because you can just see the blue skies. Where the skies are always blue. You know what I'm saying? We can just see them. And so we know that also, y'all better stand up on your feet now. Y'all stand up on your feet. Because we know that also is the home of, let's not say the home, but where the great Reuben Studdard was from. Oh yeah, Alabama, y'all clap. Because that young man he put y'all on the map too now. He put you on the map, Reuben Studdard. That's right, Reuben Studdard. Y'all don't know who Reuben Studdard is? He was the American Idol second season winner. A Reuben Studdard. That's right. And y'all know that even though Reuben Studdard grew up in Birmingham, But do y'all know where Ruben Studdard born? Do y'all know where he was born at? Okay, let me give y'all a second to think about it. Type it in the comments, put it in the chat right now. Where Ruben Studdard was born. Anybody know where Ruben Studdard was born? Ruben Studdard, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. Ruben Studdard, even though he grew up in Birmingham, he was born in Germany. That's right. That's the noise for Ruben Studdard. He was born in Germany, but he grew up in Birmingham. And you guys, he brought a great voice. Let me just put it like it, a great voice and talent to American Idol. And he showed the world, that young man, that everybody, he was like the American, like they say, teddy bear. We just love, we can get enough of Ruben Studdard. But he was right there. Grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, y'all make some noise. That's right. All right, Alabama, y'all looking pretty good down there. I don't care what they say. You're looking pretty good. You can look at it this way. You can look at it that way. We're going to give it to you like it is. All right, let's keep it rolling. Well, we want to say, what is Alabama Southern soul food? Because y'all know they're good for Southern. That's Southern food too, right? So it says that they are good for barbecue. That's right. Fried green tomatoes, grits, okra, shrimps, and so much more, y'all. So if you like that good old Southern hospitality food, Alabama is rich in it. Yeah, I bet they got some great restaurants down there that you can just go to. I know we went to Huntsville one time, and they took us out to this. I don't know, they had some food trucks or something like that. I don't know, but them turkey legs was so good. Oh my God, you hear me? Oh my God, it was so good, and they were huge too, y'all, in Huntsville. So I could just imagine what the Southern food would really be like if I just really got out and hit and visited that place and hit up in restaurants in Alabama, in Huntsville, Birmingham, and places like that. You probably gonna get some great eating, y'all. Some good old country great eating. So let's keep it going. Well, it also said that agriculture. We're talking about agriculture. It's good there too. And it says that in agriculture, Alabama focuses on cotton, peanuts, and other crops. You know what I'm saying? In Alabama, the beaches are popular. They got some great beaches. I know the one that everybody really loves is, somebody put it in the chat and come in. My brain falling again. It's falling up again, y'all. Help me, YouTube. Help me, God. Help me, Lord, have mercy. What are some great beaches? I can't think of the name of it. Somebody, they know most of the show, but they got some great beaches in Alabama. That water is beautiful and everything is on point, but it's one in particular that sits on the coast. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the chat or put it in the comment section, and I'm gonna come back and shout you out and show you some love, YouTube. That's right. And show you some love. If you're just tuning in, welcome into Lillady Blue podcast. And today we're talking about the American cities and states. That's what I should have said. And just giving you, we're gonna start off. This is gonna be a great show because we're gonna keep it going and just giving you little information about the beautiful country America, our states and our cities. We want to look at them not just in a negative, but in a positive way too. Things that you should know, that you maybe want to know. If you ever visit them, you're gonna say, "Oh, I remember Lillady Blue on her podcast. She said something about the space center here in Huntsville. Let's visit there." You know what I'm saying? So just remember that Alabama pretty much got it going on thus far. So y'all might want to check Alabama out. And also, we're gonna keep rolling. We're gonna say that Alabama is also known for its major hub it is a major hub for automotive manufacturing, and a lot of companies that's there, y'all. That's what it's saying that it's a hub for. So if you're into that type of industry, jobs and stuff like that, and you're in Alabama, you might want to think about looking at some of the automotive manufacturing, like Mercedes-Benz, Honda, Toyota, in a couple of chemical companies that's there too as well. So it's saying that it is a great hub for that, guys. If you're into that type of work, line of work or anything, you might want to look into those companies that's there in Alabama. While the cost of living is low and housing and stuff like that, the cost of living is low there. So housing and all that is because when I went through, I think we went to Mobile, and it was a beautiful city. They have some beautiful cities. But, the cost of living, you can, you can tell it's low. So you know what I'm saying, but it's not bad. It's not like low in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If that makes any sense to y'all. But you can see some things that may need to be adjusted. But at the same time, it's everywhere. But except the cost of living is low. But I didn't want to say this, but I got to say it. The crime is high. So in a lot of the cities, like maybe the cities like Birmingham or something, they probably do have high crime. But you guys, they got that everywhere now. It's everywhere. So it's just something you got to take in account for that they do have high crime. But the climate is warm. They got warm climate in Alabama. The weather is beautiful. Because most of the times we go through there, it's perfect. It's just something about Alabama. The skies, like the song say, the skies and everything, it just capture you. You know what I'm saying? It really is, Alabama really is a beautiful state. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful state. And it has probably the same problems that a lot of other cities have. So those are just some things that you probably that you didn't know. Now you know about Alabama, or you can do your own research on, or you know what I'm saying, and find out a lot of these things for yourself that happen in Alabama, or that's going on in Alabama, or what Alabama, some things that Alabama have to offer. So the question is, why would I want to live in Alabama? Why do I want to go to Alabama? What about Alabama? Well, those are some things that you might want to consider. I got this question. This is called what's the word I'm trying to say? This question right here. I'm gonna give y'all the answer, but this is like a question. What's the question they call it? My brain fogging again. Brain fog. This question right here is just a question that I'm finna give y'all. I tell you what, let's put it like this, and I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer this question. This is something that I didn't know about Alabama. So each one teach one. That's right, we go right back to that. So Alabama was the birthplace of the first blank called what city or town and what year? I'm gonna read it to you again, and then we're gonna fill in the blanks, because y'all just learned something today. Each one teach one. Alabama was the birthplace of the first blank called. Let me put my circle back in. Can you see me good? Okay, there you go. Of the first called blank in blank, that's the city or the town, in the year blank. Alabama was the birthplace of the first blank called in the city or town of blank in the year blank. I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to think about it. You hear me? Ding dong, 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 ding dong. Y'all got it? Did y'all run the Google? I know most of y'all did. But okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the answer. Alabama was the birthplace of the first 911 call in Haleyville in 1968. Now, did y'all know that? because I showed it. But yes, Alabama was the birthplace of the first 911 call in Haleyville in 1968. So if you don't know, now you know. Each one teach one, because Alabama have a lot of history. There's a lot of things to do in cities, in the cities of Alabama, and it looks to me like everything is all good. It's a great state to consider to live overall. And everybody got their ups and downs, ins and outs. But those are some things that if you didn't know about the state of Alabama, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it rolling. I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you just tune in, L's up, L's up, L's up. You tune in with your girl, Lillady Blue, on the Lillady Blue podcast. Check this out. If y'all like what I do, know what I do, please donate to your girl, $LLB show. It helped me grow my show bigger and bigger and wider. And I sure appreciate it, you guys. I sure appreciate it. That's right. I sure will appreciate it. So let's talk about the next state, because we're only doing 2 at a time. That's right, we're doing 2 at a time. And today we said Alabama. What's the next one, you guys? What's the next one? We're only doing the A's now. So what's next? Alabama. Right, Alaska. Alaska will be the next state, you guys. Alabama and Alaska today. So let me just give y'all a couple things on Alabama and Alaska. Once again, welcome into the Lillady Blue podcast. Watch, like, subscribe, share, and comment, you guys. Even after you watch this, comment. I need y'all thumbs up, subscribe to the podcast. Also, get over to my channel, bs.bs.show. Watch, like, and subscribe on that too as well. And if you want to donate, $LLB show, that will help you, girl, out. So check this out. The next state, we're talking about Alaska, which AK is the abbreviation for Alaska. If y'all don't know, that's what that's for. That's right. So, okay, there we go. So we're talking about Alaska. What is Alaska? Well, Alaska is known for the last frontier state. That's what Alaska is known for, the last frontier state. Like Tennessee, y'all see I got the orange on. Tennessee is volunteer, or Alaska is the last frontier state. Yeah, that's what it's known for. So, and it also was the 49th state. Did y'all know that? Yeah, to come into the U.S. It was the 49th state to come in, Alaska. And I think that's where what's her name? Sarah Palin. That's where she was from, or she is from. I don't know if she still resides there or not. But yeah, Alaska. So Alaska is known for wildlife and it's wilderness, you guys. And also it says major attraction like the Denali National Park. So it's got a couple more national parks too in Alaska. So that's got to be a great part of it. If I ever visit Alaska, I like nature and wildlife. So that would be something that's a park that I wouldn't mind visiting. I'm sure you can probably camp in it, and they probably hike. What they call it? What I put in the table? I'm trying to say it, but my brain fogging me. I get a lot of brain fogs. Camping and they take the long walks and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They do all that probably at that park. They got a couple parks that's there. So if I'm ever there, that's one place that I want to visit as well. So the state, it says border the Arctic Ocean. Now when it said that, y'all can research a lot of this stuff yourself. But they said the state, for this information I got, the state border the Arctic Ocean. That Arctic, I don't know something about that that kind of, you kind of rough me up there. You talking about the Arctic Ocean. That's cool. When you just say Arctic, I just think about Santa Claus in the North Pole. So I'm like, that's probably going to be a cold place right there. That's something I'm going to be able to handle. But I would like to see Alaska. I would like to visit Alaska. So its largest city is Anchorage, Alaska. That's the largest city in Alaska. But that's not the capital, if Juneau is the capital of Alaska. So Anchorage is not the capital, but it is the largest city in Alaska. You ask the question, can you to see Alaska, it says you can drive through a highway passing through Canada. So yes, you can drive through a highway through Canada to get to Alaska. But here's the thing, y'all. Now, if you're going, you don't have to have a passport. But if you hit Canada, you're gonna have to have a passport. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So yeah, you can drive to Alaska on a highway passing through Canada. But if you're coming through Canada, y'all, you're gonna have to get your passport. You know, any other country, you're gonna have to have that passport. So just in case y'all didn't know that, see, each one teach one. We just learned that today. So that might be something you want to think about getting if you're going to visit Alaska and you're going to drive through Canada. Things and activities and stuff to do in Canada. It says tours. You can explore Kenai Peninsula and a lot of winter getaways. But with the winter getaways, y'all do understand that's Alaska, right? So it's gonna, let me make sure it's okay. Here we go. I gotta get this camera right. It's gonna drop to 0 below. It's gonna drop. It drops to 0 below in Alaska. So if you can handle the cold weather, and you like the cold weather in Alaska, you can handle it. For me, nah, I'm good. But I do want to visit. I think I would go in the summer or something if I do. I couldn't deal with that. Oh, but yeah, it gets to 0. It drops to 0 in Alaska. So if you are right with that, then and you can roll with that. And that's a place you might think you want to live or whatever. And you know, you might need to know that, just in case you didn't know. It says that Alaska is generally expensive. The cost of living in Alaska now, that's what we're talking about now. The cost of living in Alaska is generally expensive because it's of location, housing, and it says that it's grocery and utilities are more expensive. Now, why? Somebody put it in the chat and comment down. If y'all know about this stuff, let somebody know. Each one teach one. Why would you think that the utilities and groceries and stuff like that will be more expensive? You know what I'm saying? Housing and stuff. Because, you know, to live in Alaska, why would you think it will be expensive to live in Alaska? Or why should it be expensive to live in Alaska? What do you think about that? Put it in the comment right now, you guys, and I'm going to come back and show you some love, you guys. So, according to this, it's saying that that it is more expensive. The shipping cost is high because of the goods that must, they emphasize must arrive by the road, rails, or sea. So I don't know if that because of, you know what I'm saying, the word Alaska sits or whatever, or because of the weather, or it makes it kind of, it seems like it's kind of saying it's kind of hard to get, you know, the way they got to deliver things into Alaska may make the cost go up. You see what I'm saying? If they're going to cost more to ship it, then you got to know when you go to the grocery store, it's going to be high. You know what I'm saying? So it's sense. But it says jobs pay, the jobs, they pay pretty good, but it says it depends on the location in the industry that you're born in. If you decide to move to Alaska, this is some of the things you may want to think about. You know what I'm saying? That the jobs do pay good, but that said it depends on the industry and the location. And let's talk a little bit about that. So if you're into certain jobs in Alaska, you might want to think about jobs like they got jobs over there that set for tourism, natural resources, oil mining, fishing, transportation, nursing, and oh wow, park rangers. I kind of figured they'd have something in park rangers, but these are some of the greater opportunities for you. It says rig welders, helicopter pilots, and paramedics are the higher paid opportunity jobs right there, y'all. So if you didn't know that about Alaska, now you know that those are the higher paid jobs. So they must be the jobs that they really need people in Alaska, or I'm saying the demand is great there for them jobs. Also, it says that this is something that if y'all didn't know about Alaska, I'm going to tell y'all this about Alaska. If y'all didn't know about Alaska residents receive an annual payment called the Permanent Fund Dividend. And it varies each year. You say, well, what is that? The PFD. If y'all don't know what the PFD for the residents receive in Alaska, what they receive, it says that this is a fund, and it ranges from $1,000 to $2,000, and it's funded by the Alaska Oil Revenue. And the people that's to the residents that's eligible for that. So I don't know what you got to do, what you got to do to be eligible for that. But it says that some residents in Alaska, they receive that, the PDF. So that's something that y'all might want to think about looking into if you decide to move to Alaska. That they do get that. This is a permanent fund dividend, and it varies each year. I think it says from $1,000 to $2,000. If I look at that, I hope it is. But do your own research and look into that. And it said that it's funded by the Alaska Oil Revenue for the ones that's qualified for that. So that's pretty good news for Alaska people that's thinking about moving to Alaska. You know what I'm saying? That's a plus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, like I said, Alaska got a lot of great wildlife. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of great wilderness and stuff to see over there. Because I watch the Discovery Channel a lot, and I see when they were showing a lot about Alaska. You know, it's a cold place. It's very cold. I know that, but it's interesting. You know, just something about it is interesting. It's kind of the cold or something makes it stands out. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, y'all. Ice glaciers and stuff like that. I think that stuff is interesting, but to each his own. So on that, y'all didn't know that, but check that out about that PFD. That's something y'all just learned. If you didn't know about Alaska, if you're thinking about moving to Alaska and you say, what about Alaska? That might be something that you might be interested in if you're thinking about moving to Alaska. And on that note, Alaska, I hate to end on this, but Alaska has one of the most highest crime rates. Can you believe that? Per capita in the United States. Now that shocked me right there. Alaska, I'm like, who cutting up in Alaska? Come on, man. That's what you would think. But yes, Alaska does. So you might want to do your research on that as well. And it's something to think about. But otherwise, it seems like Alaska is a very interesting place that if you ever want to visit, check out those parks. You know what I'm saying? And other tourist places that they have. They got a lot of them there. And it seems like a lot of things going on in Alaska. But it's a very interesting state, and stuff like that. So Anchorage, like I said, Anchorage is the biggest city. So that would probably be the place I would want to start. Otherwise, I never thought crime would be high in Alaska. And as Sarah Palin said, I can see Russia. Well, you asked the question, can Sarah Palin, did she really see Russia, or that was just something she was just saying? Well, according to the facts and the information, y'all, yeah, you can see Russia. You can see Russia from Alaska, but only from a certain island. And if y'all know that island, you can text that, put that in the chat, or put it in the comments. And I'm showing you some love. I don't know the name of it. If you know the name of that island, put it down there, because they said on that island, you can see Russia from that island. Can you believe that? So she wasn't lying on that part. But It's only 2.4 miles away. You can see Russia from Alaska. So, wow. If y'all didn't know that about Alaska, you just found out some information about Alaska. If you're ever visiting Alaska, going through or thinking about Alaska, that's something that you might want to consider. And just say, I learned that, I heard that from the little, what's her name? The Little Lady Blue, the Little Lady Blue podcast. Yeah, she talked about Alaska a little bit, and I learned one because you know what she always said, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. And that's love right there. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Little Lady Blue podcast. And check this out. Every week, I'm going to be dropping these podcasts. And so far, we're going to go through all the states that we can in some cities. So the American cities and the American states, you guys, if you're thinking about moving to Alabama, Alaska, you just learned. You just learned today about Alabama and Alaska. You learned some things that may want to shift the way you're thinking or the way you're moving. So some pretty good things and some pretty bad things. But overall, I think it's okay. So do me a favor, you guys. Watch, like, subscribe to the channel. Little Lady Blue Podcast. That's right. Or you can go over to my bs.show channel. Watch and like about my basic survival videos and stuff that I show you guys and share with you guys. And I'm sure you will enjoy. And also comment. So until the next time, I hope everybody have enjoyed the show. But I need y'all to do me a favor. Y'all know what time it is. Put your L's in the air and say it with me, y'all. One love for the most coolest little lady on podcast. The Little Lady Blue Podcast. And I'm out, y'all. Peace out.